And we welcome you back live, high above the Wannabe Inn, Englewood Beach, Florida. It's the 2015 OPA World Championships. Brendan Matthews, Shane Sherman, and ABC7 meteorologist Bob Harrigan with us. And an incredible day so far, gentlemen, but our big race is still to come, the unlimited class. Shane is just a few minutes away.
Absolutely, and I just seen Cat Can Do make its way out Stunt Pass, and that was the boat we were waiting on. A little bit of delay as they were the crew in the Cleveland construction boat in the last round of Super Cat racing, so had to get back, get swapped boats, get back out here on the course. They are on the course in the milling area now, so our pace boats should start to pick up the respective classes, put them on the pace lap, and then we'll be underway here in just a few seconds.
Offshore Powerboat Association Championship, World Championship, right here, Englewood Beach. I'm glad you guys brought me along. It's been a lot of fun thus far.
We're glad you're here, Bob.
Still got another race to go, and you guys are doing a top-notch job, and so are the racers out there, and so are the organizers too, like Raylan Bodie, who's in charge of the beach village, or the boat village, where all the people are meeting right there at the Englewood Beach area. So he's done a great job as well. A lot of volunteers put this all together, and I want to thank all of them as well.
Yeah, great job. I get the benefit of getting to do a lot of this around the country.
Right.
And Englewood has done a phenomenal job of inviting in OPA and setting up a top-notch venue, just a must-stop event on the offshore series. If you're a fan at all, you need to make sure you make it out to Englewood. The street parties, the concerts, everything was top-notch while we were here. Just can't wait to come back.
We have a lot of great boats still to come. You heard Shane allude to the Cat Can Do. The Bet Boat, Elliott Gray.
Oh,
they're going to be out there, and that's always a fan favorite and a boat that garners a lot of eyeballs when they see it either come down the course or sitting out there on the street party. Garners a lot of attention.
Absolutely, absolutely. One of our Missouri natives from Lake of the Ozarks, and cut his teeth on Lake Race, which we'll have next June. And Elliott has just kind of been bitten by the offshore bug and been out running with OPA ever since he cut his teeth at Lake Race. And he puts on a great show for the crowd, and his boat is a showpiece. I mean, it is detailed to the letter. The boat is.
To say the least, yeah, it's an amazing boat, and I look forward to seeing that one as well as the extreme boats, right, coming on down the line here.
And speaking of extreme boats, Bob, here we go. We got the pace boat, the Marine Max Boston Whaler pace boat, picking up the extreme class, and Cat Can Do making its way up on plane now, and you guys are about to see extreme class offshore racing right here in Englewood. They're making their way behind us. You're going to hear the horsepower as it's coming into our screen right now. Here it comes.
Yep, it's a sound that lets you know the race is just a few minutes away. And it's going to be our final race of the afternoon. And again, we're so glad all of you folks have tuned in with us this afternoon, part of this incredible event here at Englewood Beach, Florida.
Coming into our screen now, our broadcast booth anyway, the P3 class, Second Amendment and Chris Gone Wilder. And in a turn of events off of Friday's racing,
you got to talk about this.
The Was Up boat is a scratch, which finished second. Second Amendment ran in first place right up to the last lap and broke some drivetrain problems. Worked well into the night last night to get those repaired. As you can see, they're back out here on the course. And it ended up putting Chris Gone Wilder in the lead for points coming into Sunday's race. So we're going to have a battle between Second Amendment and Chris Gone Wilder for an overall world championship here today, and those guys are going to battle it out real good. They're sitting across the street from each other in the pit area, and while it's friendly, you know there's a little rivalry going on there, so it's going to be fun when they get the green flag here in Englewood.
And you mentioned, let's talk about the Was Up boat, Shane, because I believe they went over speed on Friday afternoon, did they not?
Correct. They broke out, as you heard us mention earlier, in the different classes. There is a breakout speed, and you're limited by GPS to a certain speed based on your class. And even though Was Up finished first is what appeared on the course.
Yes, as we left air on Friday, that's the way it appeared.
Correct. They were penalized by breaking out, which put them in last, and then they also found some mechanical gremlins that kept them out of the race today. So Was Up, what appeared to have a first place finish at the end of racing on Friday, actually ended up sitting in last place coming in today, and then we're not able to even make the start today. So it rearranged the points to put Chris Gone Wilder in first place coming into today, and Second Amendment into second place, and Strictly Business in third.
And for the folks just tuning in, again, you mentioned the breakout point. They have to keep a certain speed, so to speak, some of these lower class boats, the 7, 6, 5s, and so on. And they have to maintain that speed and not go over it. If they go over it, they are penalized, and that's what happened apparently on Friday.
It is, and it's a very tough thing to do, and we always laugh and poke fun at Elliott Gray in the bat boat. He's got a boat that's capable of 150, 160 miles per hour, and he races in a class, I believe they're limited to 115 miles per hour, so he has plenty of horsepower to well exceed his breakout. And at Lake Race one time at Lake of the Ozarks, I believe Elliott broke out 41 times in a race when he just finally said that's enough. We're just going for it.
We're going to let it out.
Yeah.
Shane, you said something on Friday that struck me a little bit. I always say this, it's sort of like an endurance test. You likened it sort of to a war of attrition where these guys are out there, and Chris Gone Wilder is the perfect example of this. He's running third, fourth on Friday, but hey, you got to finish the race. Yep. That's what it comes down to, and they're able to do it. And we see it. 1, 2, 3 boats every single race have some sort of mechanical issues.
Right.
And if you're that boat that is able to kind of just hang in there, you can walk away with the world title.
Two things that a couple veterans of offshore racing, Gary Ballou, which we've seen here in the F&J propeller boat, and another friend of mine, Troy Hannon from Supreme Marine, two things they told me when I entered my first race back in 1997. It's not how fast you go, it's how long you go fast. And then the other one was, in order to finish first you must finish. And those two things have stuck with me ever since. And and several of the other racers, it's not how fast you go, it's how fast you go around the course. And we spoke a lot about corner speed and entry and exit speed and stuff. The top speed you attain on the straightaway, that's a great thing. But if you can't get through the turn, it really hinders you, and you've got that much more to make up with your top speed. So as you hear in the background, Elliott Gray making a late entry into the course, and he's going to have a little fun with this parade lap because it's going to be a very high-speed parade lap for the Bat Boat 211 as you hear it come ripping by in front of our broadcast. Look at him go. Look at him go, having a little fun out there, Elliott Gray in that boat.
That is
a little
nice,
bit of air
man.
for the folks. Yep, he's going to have a little fun on this lap right here. So
they're going to get a good shot of the Bat Boat going by here in a little bit. Yep.
And he's going at, like you said, a real solid speed there, Shane. That gives us maybe an indication as he got a little air how the start-finish area is going to play in this third race as we've gone about 30, 35 minutes, 45 minutes in between race number 2 and race number 3. And we talked about the little extra chop that we saw at the end of race number 2. And Elliott gives us again, he got a little bit of air there, not a ton. We'll see how that plays out as we go through this third and final race of our 2015 OPA Championships. Gentlemen, we're just about here.
There's the bat. We got a nice shot of the Bat Boat going by right there.
And you can see him catching a little air on the north end of the course down there. And what I'm seeing here from our vantage point at the broadcast booth, the wind conditions haven't changed much. The wind chop is still about the same, but the swell is getting bigger.
Yes, it is.
The swell has probably gained another 40 or 50% since we mentioned it last time. So we've got a lazy swell, probably an honest 2-foot swell, and we've got some wind chop, and they're running opposite directions of each other. So as Elliott came by in the Bat Boat, he was probably running a good 30 miles per hour slower than what you're going to see Cat Can Do run in race conditions. So that leads me to believe that the Cat Can Do boat is going to need to keep it tucked in a little bit, and and they're going to be running at speeds where they can definitely catch some major air. So hopefully what they learned out here on the course in their Super Cat race in Cleveland Construction, they've taken back or made some adjustments to their Unlimited class boat because, like I said, the conditions have definitely bumped up a little bit out here since the beginning of our racing action today. And, at the level these guys are at, they can make those adjustments right on the fly.
Shane, you can tell you're a captain. You can see that swell. You can guess it from here. You got a great shot there. You're absolutely right. The swell is coming up a little bit. They are lazy, too, like you said. It's not a real violent swell, but you're right. It's coming.
And we say lazy, for the bigger boat terms. It is a lazy swell, but when you're coming across at 150, it's stacked up pretty good.
Yeah.
Brendan Matthews, Shane Sherman, ABC7 meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Our final race is coming up next. We step aside and we'll join you on the other side.